All right, hey guys, Oliver Svensson here, and I'm just gonna do like a quick, maybe 5-6 minute video to show you a nice deep Lush pad that I created recently. And I used it in a track I'm working on recently. It's almost finished, and I'll be showing you a bit of a sample of that to show you an example of how to use it. It's kind of a mix between a stab and a pad. It's really deep and airy, and it's really nice. So yeah, let's just get into it. Alright guys, so we're here to make a pad now, and so why don't you just open up a new sound and go make sure the first oscillator is turned on. Go to basic and choose additive octaves. Leave the pitch where it's at, turn the wavetable position to about there. Turn down the intensity just a bit to about 75%, and you can leave the amp all the way up. Push that to filter 1. Okay, go make sure the second oscillator's on. Go to analog electric and choose acid. Turn the amp to about there. Turn the intensity down and turn the wavetable position right there. Make sure that this one is just below the very top of filter 1. You can adjust with it when you mess with the filter and figure out what you like, but I had it just below. Then go down, turn on the third oscillator. Go to digital hybrid and choose mellomantic. Once again, leave the pitch where it's at and just put in the parameters. Leave the intensity all the way up and turn the amp down a bit. Alright, so now we're going to turn on the noise. And that is, I chose tape hiss for this. Usually for my pads and stabs, I choose tape hiss because it adds, I don't know, just an old feel to it, kind of like vinyl almost. And that's really nice and deep in tech house, mostly deep house. So I turn the color up a bit, not all the way, because I don't want to add too much, and then turn the amp up a little bit too. You don't want it at the forefront, but you just wanted it in a nice background, giving a nice, I don't know, just feel to it, gives it a nice feel. But really mess with this and figure out where it sounds good, because just because it's good here for me doesn't mean it's going to be good there for you and for what you want. Okay, now go to insert 1 and insert bit crusher. Most people don't really think to use bit crusher for deep house or pads. They usually think of it for distorting things, and it's true, it does distort, but once again, like the noise filter, if you turn the dry wet up a bit and turn the crush just there, not all the way up, it just adds a nice background, like vinyl, like scratching, just like old, I don't know, airy hiss in the background, which I think is really nice. So I add that to a lot of my pads. Okay. Go up to filter 1, turn that on, choose low pass 4. As you can see, there's an envelope on that, but you don't need to worry about now. So leave the cutoff at the very bottom. It's going to make your sound a bit quieter, but that'll be okay for now, because like I said, there will be an envelope there later. Turn the resonance up to there. It's pointing to about the R, but mess with it, figure it out. Go to the first envelope and get that. The parameters are all there. Just turn the attack up a bit, turn the decay down slightly and the level down all the way. And lastly, turn the release up because we want a bit of an echo. Drag that, drop it, and push it all the way up. That'll give us a nice stab feel. Alright, so for the first effect, we're going to choose dimension expander. And that just adds space to it essentially. So turn the dry wet up a little bit and turn the size up about 70%. You don't want the dry wet up too much because then it just is all space and there's no stab to it. Second effect is a delay. Choose delay synced because we're going to sync it. And once again, this fit for what I was doing, but the syncing you should choose yourself, I feel. Turn the dry wet up a little bit, just below halfway, the damp at halfway, and the feedback just over halfway. What I did for the syncing, and like I said, this is just for me, left 2/4, right 3/2. Then I went and I turned the EQ on, turned the high shelf up a bit, and turned the low shelf down a little bit. So this is a really mid-heavy pad and high. I turned up the highs a lot, but it sounds very deep when you play it. So yeah, that is about it. I don't know, it depends if your fourth envelope, which is connected to your amp, is down or not, because usually it's like that when you first started with a new sound. So turn that all the way up and make sure that's all the way up, and then turn the release up a bit as well. But yeah, that's about it. And you know, like I said, it's a stab as well. I used it as a stab. If you want it to just be a plain pad, you can take this envelope off and turn the cut off to wherever you want, or just mess with it and figure it out. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. It has a nice sound. I hope you like it. All right, so that's the pad, and as I said before, in the context of this song, I used it more as a stab, and I think that's probably what I'm going to use it for in the future, because I think that it adds a lot more depth to it than if I didn't put an envelope over the cutoff and I just had it playing a note throughout. I think it adds a lot more to it, and so I think I'm going to do that in the future, and I would say that that's what you should do, but I mean, it is all up to your preference and what you want to do. So, you know, mess around with it, do whatever you want. That's the only way you're going to learn how to use Massive better. That's how I learned. I just took a year to just mess around with it, and now I just can create my own sounds and figure it out. It definitely adds a lot of depth to your music if you have your own sounds and you don't just use presets. So this is just, you know, a template. Use it as a template and go from there. Yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.